Okay, today we are going to talk about the brain stem. So that is the midbrain. This is the pons. So the brain stem has three parts: pons, and then the medulla oblongata. These are the ventral surface, and as we go back, as we turn the specimen, we see the dorsal surface. So this is the dorsal surface of the brain stem, and that forms the floor of the fourth ventricle, which will be dealt later. Okay, so this brain stem is well connected to the cerebellum and also to the cerebrum. So you have the three parts: the midbrain, the pons, and the medulla oblongata, well connected to the cerebrum. So that is the midbrain. Midbrain is connected to the cerebrum through the crus cerebri. So that is the crus cerebri, which we will show you in another cut section, in the sagittal section. Yes, so that is the pons below cerebellum, you can see, and that is the crus cerebri. Below that is the pons, connected to the cerebrum through the crus cerebri. Here you can see the crus cerebri, and it is also connected to the cerebellum through the superior cerebellar peduncle. That is the cut part of the superior cerebellar peduncle. The pons is well connected to the cerebellum through the middle cerebellar peduncle, and that is the middle cerebellar peduncle, cut part of the middle cerebellar peduncle, and medulla oblongata is connected to the cerebellum through the inferior cerebellar peduncle. Yes, that is the part of the inferior cerebellar peduncle. And see that is the middle cerebellar peduncle. Now coming to the medulla oblongata, in the median plane you can see a fissure which is called the anterior median fissure, which divides the medulla oblongata into two parts, equal parts, along with the posterior median sulcus, which we will be showing you now. Yes, so this is the dorsal aspect, this is the posterior median sulcus, which is covered with pia, not very clear, but that is the posterior median sulcus. Yes, and that is the anterior median fissure, and these are the two pyramids. You have the two elevations on either side, that is the pyramid, and on the pontomedullary junction, the anterior median fissure will form a foramen called the foramen cecum. We saw that just now. And this is the pyramid and the olive. So that is the olive laterally, and this is the pyramid medially, and the pyramids will carry pyramidal tract fibers, and that is the olive, which has the inferior olivary nucleus, so that's why it's very prominent. So from median, that is the anterior median fissure, you also have the pyramidal tract fibers, which are decussating in the lower part of the anterior median fissure, that is crisscrossing, and you can see some of the fibers are crisscrossing. You can see them on the upper part. This is actually the crossing the pyramidal decussation of the medulla oblongata, which is extremely important, and that is nothing but the corticospinal tract. Now coming to the dorsal aspect, we can see over here, that is the lower part of the floor of the fourth ventricle, that is the upper part of the medulla forms the lower part of the floor of the fourth ventricle, and you can see one small opening. Yes, that is the opening of the central canal of the spinal cord or the medulla oblongata. So that is the central canal, which will continue through the lower closed part of the medulla oblongata into the spinal cord. Yes, that is the central canal, which is continuing into the spinal cord. Now coming to the more sulci, so that is the anterior lateral sulci between the pyramid and the olive. So that is the anterior lateral sulci, which gives origin to the rootlets of the hypoglossal nerve. So the rootlets of the hypoglossal nerve will come out through the anterior lateral sulcus, and that is the posterior lateral sulcus, which will give rise to the nerves. Which are the nerves? That is the 9th, 10th and 11th cranial nerve, and that is the inferior cerebellar peduncle. So posterior lateral sulcus is between the olive and the inferior cerebellar peduncle. Yes, that is the posterior lateral sulcus. 9th, 10th and 11th cranial nerves will come out from the posterior lateral sulcus. So you are having the mainly the pyramids and all the cranial nerves are coming out from that area. Now coming to the dorsal aspect, we are seeing some elevations from the medial to lateral. You have the gracial tubercle, that is the posterior median sulcus, gracile tubercle, cunate tubercle, tuber cinereum. Gracile tubercle is because of the gracile nucleus. Cunate tubercle is cunate nucleus. Then we have the inferior cerebellar peduncle. That is the small elevation. You know that the tract of Gall and Bardak will come and synapse on those nuclei to form the decussation, the great sensory decussation. Yes, so now again we are seeing the floor of the fourth ventricle, which is formed by the medulla oblongata, the upper open part of the medulla oblongata, and the upper part of the floor of the fourth ventricle is formed by the dorsal surface of the pons. Coming to the pons, so this is the ventral surface of the pons, and you have the, yes, so that forms the dorsal surface of the pons, the upper part of the floor of the fourth ventricle. And in the center of the ventral surface of the pons, you have a groove, which is the basilar groove or the basilar sulcus, which will lodge the basilar artery. And then you have lot of transverse striations. You can see the fibers are crossing from one side to another and going through the middle cerebellar peduncle to the cerebellum. So they are connecting the pons to the cerebellum, the pontine nucleus to the cerebellum, forming the pontocerebellar tract. And you can see over here, that is the trigeminal nerve, which is emerging between the body of the pons. That is the emerging of the trigeminal nerve or the fifth cranial nerve, body of the pons, and the middle cerebellar peduncle. Yes, above the pons, you can see that those are the part of the midbrain. Two crus cerebri are seen. And below is the pontomedullary junction, that is the pontomedullary junction, which gives rise to the 6th, 7th and 8th cranial nerve. The abducens nerve, the facial nerve and the vestibulocochlear nerve comes out from the pontomedullary junction. And also the trigeminal nerve comes out from the pons. So you can see pons gives rise to, that is 6th, 7th and 8th cranial nerve from there, from the pontomedullary junction. This is the crus cerebri. This is the part of the midbrain. These are the two crus cerebri which are connecting to the, and also in the center part you have the interpeduncular fossa. This is the ventral surface of the midbrain we are showing, and you can see over here the oculomotor nerve which emerges from the ventral aspect of the midbrain and crosses over the crus cerebri. That is the oculomotor nerve. And you can also see the optic chiasma, and that is the chiasma, and that is the optic tract. The optic nerve comes and forms the optic chiasma, and then you can see the optic tract, and that is the interpeduncular fossa. We can see the two mammillary bodies, stalk of the pituitary or the infundibulum, and below the two mammillary bodies, yes, that is the area which is the posterior perforated substance. Posterior perforated substance, perforated by blood vessels, small vessels. That is the posterior perforated substance. Then we are having the, that is the portion which is the interpeduncular fossa. It is very important, interpeduncular fossa. Now coming to the dorsal aspect, you can see the four elevations and the cruciate sulcus between the four elevations, and that is the superior colliculus, and inferiorly we have the two inferior colliculus. The superior colliculus and the inferior colliculus are connected to the medial geniculate body and the lateral geniculate body. That is the medial geniculate body, and if you go more laterally, you get the lateral geniculate body. Medial geniculate and lateral geniculate body. Yes, so inferior colliculus is connected to the medial geniculate body through the inferior brachium. This is concerned with hearing. And you can see here superior colliculus is connected to the lateral geniculate body through the superior brachium, and it is associated with vision, and that is the medial geniculate body. This is important. These are the dorsal surface of the, and you can see over here, that is the portion of the upper part of the roof or floor of the fourth ventricle, and above the colliculus, superior colliculus, you can appreciate the pineal gland. Yes, there is actually the location of the pineal gland.